News, events, sports. Same time, same place, right in the heart of Isla Vista. UCSB TV is serving UC Santa Barbara and the surrounding community with real journalism.
Hello and welcome back to UCSB TV, the university's only broadcast news station bringing you all of the sports, news, and events you need to know in and around Isla Vista. I'm your on-air anchor, Rebecca Hurtado Fairweather.
I'm Francesca D'Agata, your news anchor for tonight.
Wow, it's been a long time, and we are happy to be back on campus with some new and familiar faces on camera.
Yeah, Rebecca, I'm in good spirits about being back, although I'm not too festive about the endless line of bikers. It takes forever to cross the path to the studio. Our campus seems to be jam-packed these days, and even though it's been only 2 weeks, there's been so much going on around campus.
That's right, Francesca. Most recently, the UC Santa Barbara community came together on October 9th in front of Stork Tower to honor the victims of the most recent attack on the Gaza frontier on October 7th. The attack left almost 1,000 people dead, CNN is reporting. A Hamas spokesperson described the attack as a form of retaliation over the years of tensions between the bordering nations. They're calling for the international community to stop atrocities against the Palestinian people.
The various on-campus Jewish organizations hosted the memorial where Jewish and non-Jewish community members gathered lighting candles and singing songs of peace.
With tense global conflict and classes beginning, it's important to prioritize mental health and practice healthy habits to relieve stress and anxiety. Fortunately, groups on campus are getting the memo.
On Wednesday, AS Program Board brought pumpkins and a petting zoo onto campus. I mean, look at that face. What a great combination.
Well, it's certainly not every day that you get to see goats on campus. And speaking of goats on campus...
What's going on, Gauchos? Welcome back, and it is good to be back. For our new audience, I'm Ryan Greenberg, returning sports anchor.
For everyone, it is nice to meet you. I'm Anthony Gill, and I'm so excited for this year and all we have in store. In just our first week, we already had an NBA team visit our campus.
That's right, Anthony. The Portland Trail Blazers visited campus for a week-long training camp to prepare for the upcoming 2023-2024 NBA season.
We had the chance to visit their practice and interview several members of the Trail Blazers to learn more about why they were here and what we can expect from them this season. Let's take a look.
From October 3rd to October 7th, the Portland Trail Blazers traveled to Santa Barbara for a week-long training camp here at UCSB's Robertson Gymnasium. It's not often that NBA franchises visit campus, but this isn't the first time UCSB has hosted NBA talent. The Trail Blazers also visited campus last year, as well as the Milwaukee Bucks, who have visited campus in recent years as well. Additionally, Michael Jordan has hosted summer camps in the Thunderdome, where Kobe Bryant has also hosted workouts. Let's hear from Trailblazers head coach Chauncey Billups on more about why Santa Barbara.
There are so many good reasons to pick from, but what brings the Blazers to Santa Barbara?
Man, take a walk outside. You can answer that question.
Yeah.
I mean, we live in a beautiful city, obviously, in Portland, but we don't see this type of sunshine all the time. We get to see this water. And I'm a big, proponent of taking camp away from the norm. And we had such an amazing time last year, so let's see if we can run it back.
Malcolm Brogdon, recently acquired in a trade from the Boston Celtics, also had this to say.
Your first time out here in Santa Barbara training with Portland, what are your first impressions on UC Santa Barbara?
So I actually came out here my second year in the league with Milwaukee for training camp. This is my second time here, but now, everything was moving so fast when I was young. But now everything's slowed down. I'm one of the vets on the team. Now I can actually just enjoy it, enjoy the moment, enjoy the weather, and just the experience overall.
Beyond just the fact that they visited Santa Barbara last week, the Trailblazers are going to be a team to watch this NBA season. Just over 2 weeks ago, the Trailblazers traded away future Hall of Famer Damian Lillard, the best player in their franchise's history after 11 seasons in Portland, as well as starting center Jusuf Nurkic and other depth players. After a series of several multi-team trades, the Trailblazers acquired Brogdon, DeAndre Ayton, Robert Williams, several other young players, and a slew of future draft picks. We got to speak with Robert Williams about his experience being traded.
I feel like no trade is easy, especially your first one. But I got my dog with me.
Many NBA fans and analysts alike speculate the Trailblazers will enter a rebuild, expecting a lack of competitiveness and talent after trading away Lillard. Here's how Coach Billups plans on using his new players to compete throughout the season.
Malcolm, Rob, all of them. It's an important conversation. It's totally different. seem to be on board with just having a great opportunity and having a fresh start and being a part of what we're doing. They love the opportunity that we have. So, of course, I'm definitely having this conversation.
And here's how Williams and Brogdon expect to fit in.
Be myself, man. Be myself, be a leader, be vocal, encouraging guy.
I think it really prepared me. I think it prepares me for a situation like this with all the experience I've gained in my 7-8 years, and then playing for championship caliber teams, to come to a team with young stars, multiple young stars on this team, and a coach that's, I think, really doing things the right way. The guys I think really admire and respect. So I think it's a great situation for me as a vet to step in and really lead and take a leadership role. I've had conversations, with the Blazers front office and with Chauncey. They want me here. I want to be here. So this is something. A lot of people. There's a lot of misleading information out there about they need to trade me, or I want to go to Right now I'm trying to make the most of my opportunity. That's really what it is. And right now it's assuming a leadership role with these young guys, and I'm embracing it. I'm embracing being here where I am. God has me here for a reason, so I'm embracing right now.
Anthony Simons, beginning his 6th season in Portland, had this to say about newcomers Ayton, Williams, and Brogdon.
This is pretty much unmatched, you know what I mean? I think them being vocal on the defensive end has really helped us a lot.
Despite trading away Lillard, Trailblazers fans have plenty to be excited about beyond just the war chest they received in return. Back in June, the Trailblazers selected highly touted prospect Scoot Henderson with the 3rd overall pick in the 2023 NBA Draft. And before even playing in his first NBA game, the Trailblazers are already beyond excited about him.
I think he's special. I mean, everybody's seen him play, up to this point. I think he's going to have a special first year, but I think he's going to be a special player in this NBA. The biggest thing I've observed from him is not really his talent. I think he's incredibly talented. I think he's actually extremely coachable and humble. And that goes way further than your talent necessarily. And then once you pair him, and, you learn the speed of the game, and you find the team that really values you, then you can be a special dynamic player for a long time.
And, just watching him on defense, his intensity, even just looking at his eyes sometimes when Malcolm was dribbling the ball, looking at his eyes, the focus that he had, it was crazy. So I think he's great, bro.
He's super gifted at seeing the floor and being reactional when it comes to making reads and stuff. So you can tell that about him, and just in general when you come down the court, he's driving into the lane and he's seeing different plays before they happen just instinctively, and that's what that's a gift that he has. And obviously his competitive nature he brings each and every game. He doesn't like to lose, like I said before, and he carries the attitude each and every time we out there competing.
The Trailblazers will begin their regular season on October 25th in Los Angeles against the Clippers. Their season is sure to be an exciting one, with all the young talent surrounding the team.
Until then, however, that's all we have for this week. Make sure to tune in every week for the best UCSB sports news coverage, and thanks for watching.
We'll see you next week, Gauchos.
Other new developments on campus also include a change in your cup of joe. That's right, all coffee lovers out there, tune into this. Coffee offered on campus will now have added cane sugar. Whether you want it or not, we have Jenna McGovern here to tell you all about the menu change.
That is right, Rebecca. Iced coffee has become a hot topic on campus. UCSB cafes have adjusted their iced coffee recipes to include cane sugar, being branded as Gaucho iced coffee.
People definitely are curious about it. They're like, oh, what's the Gaucho iced coffee? What's different from just a regular iced coffee? But I think it's just a nice little spin on it. Yeah, it has more sugar in it.
Okay.
When you're brewing it versus just adding it afterwards. My name's Annalise Williams, and I'm an associate at Summit Cafe. It is a new addition, and people seem to really like it. So. Okay. Yeah, we kind of go through quarterly changes every now and then, even smaller things like just moving around items for easier navigation. Even with the changes, we're always communicated what's going on and how we're going to approach it, especially with the questions that we could get asked while customers are ordering.
The change came as the school year started. According to UCSB Food Services, the reason for the changes to their standard recipe was to create a more elevated coffee available to customers on campus. I spoke with Ken Thompson, the UCSB Assistant Director of Retail.
I'm Ken Thompson. I'm the Assistant Director of Retail on campus, and I run all the coffee locations as well as some of the retail stores. I've been in this position a little over a year, but I've been at the university over 8 years. So we do have two locations that we run. One is Starbucks and one is Tenaya Market. Both of them have a cold brew system that we run. Now, at all our other coffee locations, the campus has always done an iced coffee. The iced coffee is basically a drip coffee that is refrigerated and then served over ice. And sometimes it can be fairly weak and almost tastes like a watered down coffee. So we wanted to upscale that and create something that we could call the Gaucho coffee, which is a little bit of a higher formula. Actually really created an actual recipe, exactly how much Hawaiian grounded roast to use, how to brew it specifically, when to chill it, how long to chill it, how much syrup to add per batch, so that it's exactly the same at all our locations. We got a lot of really positive feedback. Most students, probably 70%, buy an iced drink of some kind. Cold brew is something that can be ordered quickly and served quickly. And then if you have it a little bit stronger and it's over ice and it melts while you're going to class and stuff, it won't get all diluted. So we've had some really positive feedback on it.
But some campus cafes have found that students aren't too thrilled about the new addition to the menu.
My name's Eliza and I'm student manager at Buchanan. We actually did a tally mark just for our own feedback, and it was like how many of our customers liked it. And I think it ended up being in just like one day, it was like 15-1 from people who didn't like it and people who did like it. We weren't sure it would what was happening because we had our iced coffee recipe already, and they just told us this is the Gaucho iced coffee recipe and it's going to be universal across all the coffee stores, and we were just kind of concerned for our customers. Mm-hmm. I mean, people just like their coffee strong, and I think it's one of our cheaper items, because especially if they just get it black, no syrup or milk. So I think it was a pretty simple drink that was really liked among our customers.
Did the price go up at all?
It did. It went up $1. So for our store, I remember we brought it up with our director, because when he told us there's a new iced coffee recipe, he told us that we should stop calling our iced coffee cold brew. But we were we don't call our iced coffee cold brew. We have both cold brew and iced coffee. Mm-hmm. And he thought that both items would compete with each other. So he asked us to stop selling our cold brew. But we just thought it would be a good balance, especially now because if our iced coffee is sweet, the cold brew could be stronger. This also hurt us a little more because we really like our cold brew, and I think our customers really like it. Eventually, he did let us keep our cold brew, so we do get to have that now. I think what made the stores pretty special is that they were all pretty much student run, and they each kind of have their own little personality. I feel, especially I think you can see that in the Instagrams. My suggestion would be kind of give the students a little bit more freedom to run the store. Mm-hmm. Kind of, because I feel they know what other students like.
According to Thompson, there's still a way for customers to order their unsweetened coffee.
If somebody wanted to order something more similar to the old iced coffee, we can always make them an Americano, which is basically an espresso with added water and ice. It'll have much a similar taste to it'll be a little bit stronger, but much a similar taste to the old iced coffee.
So now, when ordering a Gaucho iced coffee, you can expect a sweeter spin on an old classic. I'm Jenna McGovern with UCSB TV. Thank you for listening.
While I haven't tried it yet, let us know how you like the added sugar.
All my bitter coffee lovers out there will congregate at the Starbucks in the UCent. Thank you for listening and tuning into UCSB TV today, and we will see you next week. I'm Rebecca.
And Francesca.